Around the Table on Harrison's original KHOC.
And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann right here in Arkansas, Harrison, Arkansas.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Ann. How are you?
Fine.
That's kind of fell off the cliff. Fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Fine.
I'm just fine.
Are you fine as a frog's hair?
Whatever. I don't know how fine is frog's
That's
hair.
well, if you split it three ways, that's pretty fine.
Well, okay. I guess I'm fine as frog's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an old-timey
Yes, it is.
saying.
I never quite understood it, but okay.
Well, a frog's hair.
Yeah, I didn't know frogs had hair.
A frog would be kind of small.
They don't have hair. They don't have hair, do they?
Well, if they did have a hair, it would be very fine. And if you split it three ways, it would be finer than fine.
Okay, it's finer than frog's hair then, I reckon.
So are you fine today? Are you excited about living this day?
Sure. It's hair day. What's not to be excited about?
Actually, it's the middle of the week.
It's hump day. Thank you, because he had to prep me for that one.
All this time, I'm trying to get you to remember that it's Wednesday.
I didn't really remember.
Wednesday. Wednesday is an exciting day for me.
Is it?
Yeah, Tuesday was an exciting day, but that's over with. It's gone. Can't relive it. So you just move on to the next day.
Is every day exciting for you, Dan?
Pretty much.
Okay. Live your life
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
That's the way to be, I guess.
This Stone Bank is sponsoring this show.
Yes.
And they have a 5-month CD. It's called High Five.
High five.
High
people.
Five.
High
Stone
five.
Bank has a High Five deal for you. For a limited time, Stone Bank is offering a 5-month certificate of deposit at 5% APY. With their minimum deposit of $1,000, you can earn 5% APY on your investment. Visit Stone Bank in Harrison or online at stonebank.com. 5% interest is going to be one of the top interest rates in the country.
There you go, people.
So there we go.
Go to Stone Bank.
Boulder
Banking.
Boulder Banking.
Also, Streetscape project.
Okay.
Still going on downtown Branson. Please go into Dick's 5 and 10. Sign up for one of their 5 $100 shopping sprees and check out all the merch there.
Okay.
Right downtown in Branson, Missouri.
Could walk away with $100 worth of in-store merchandise.
Heck yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yes, and we have a guest today.
We do.
From a radio station, from another radio station, right here in Harrison. It's a nonprofit Christian radio station. Been here, I would assume. I'm going to find out how long it's been here, but
been a while.
It's been a while. It's been around for quite a while,
Yeah.
and they take a different approach on a business model. I think they're more interested in spreading the gospel and filling people with hope and joy and love and that kind of thing. Positivity, yeah. And it's KCMH Radio, and the manager, Wade Moser, is here
Okay,
to
cool.
talk about what's going on in his world.
We need to send him somewhere then. After. Somewhere that...
Nope.
No.
No.
Not yet.
He's wanting
to come in.
Have a seat. No. Have a seat outside.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Well, he's in the radio business, so he thinks I'm just
going to go ahead and go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I get that. We also want to mention that while you're out and about this day, you can go to Paradise Cream and pick up some wonderful creamy ice cream. And let's see, they have vegan and non-dairy flavors,
Yes.
as well as all their normal flavors, over 30 of them, including German chocolate cake and strawberry. You can follow them on Facebook. And to go, they are located across from
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut in the area where Main Street Merchandise
There you
Outlet
go.
is.
There you go.
So, yeah.
And
Go check that out.
And their hours are, it's in the afternoon hours. They open Monday through Wednesday from 3 to 8, Thursday from noon to 8, and then Sunday from noon to 7. So
That's our housekeeping.
plenty of time. Yeah.
And a quick reminder, the ribbon cutting for the new Baxter Health and Arkansas Orthopedic Sports Medicine Plaza will be on Monday.
Okay.
And we'll keep reminding you of that.
All right.
All right.
Let's get to our weather.
Okay. Okay, Dan.
I had weather. I guess
I have some weather. It will be partly sunny today with a high of 87. Tonight is a 20% chance of showers after 4 a.m. with a low of 66. Thursday, a chance of showers before 10 a.m. and then a 60% chance is what that calls for. I have 81. Let's see. Showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 1 p.m., so be aware of that. Thursday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Oh, they put too many dates in here, or times. Chance of precip is 60% with a low of 66, and then Friday, showers likely. Chance of precipitation is 80% for Friday, so it's very likely we could get some rain, high of 80. And then Friday night, 50% chance of showers with a low of 68.
Yeah, and then Saturday it looks like the same thing. 40% chance of showers with a high of 86 Saturday night, 30% chance with a low of 68 degrees. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday it looks like chance of rain. Sunday, 40% Sunday, 20% Sunday night, 40% Monday, and 30% Tuesday with the highs in the upper 80s and the upper 60s for the low. So
there you go. There's your rainy forecast.
Yeah, if we didn't have enough rain, we're going to have some more.
Get some more, people.
All right.
Make your yard grow.
Our topic to ponder this week is all about regrets. Kind of a negative, kind of a downer.
That's what I'm thinking. What a downer.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I've had so many positive ones. I thought I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in this one.
You like to throw monkey wrenches in everything.
Let's do our topic to ponder.
Let's do it.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Do you want to read the negative comment, or do you want me to?
I'll go ahead and read it, and you
Go
can
ahead.
answer it. Have your regrets made you more cautious or more courageous in life?
I think both.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
There was another answer that said pretty much both, I think.
I think if you make a mistake that you regret, if it makes you mad enough, you'll say, I am not doing that again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You hope you learn from your regrets and mistakes,
Yeah,
right?
hopefully.
We have an answer that says regrets can be the catalyst for courageous choices. One Jenny Halsey said a bit of both, and Patricia Mount said, I have little trust in myself or some people. I may forgive them, but I have a hard time forgetting. So
Okay.
Okay, that's our Facebook responses so far.
Well, I think the whole the whole project behind the topic of ponder is just to get you to think a little bit.
Think and engage.
And it's good to kind of get your thoughts out in a verbal way, whether you write it or you say it.
I agree.
I think it's good to do that.
It's a little therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I would agree with you. So on our Facebook page, there is a graphic up that says, have your regrets made you more cautious or more courageous in life? We want to know your thoughts. Go to our Facebook page and give it to us.
This therapy session brought to you by Dr. Dan.
Okay. Assistant Ann.
And Assistant Ann.
Who will disappear after the show.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
I stand here today as governor of this sovereign state and refuse to willingly submit to illegal usurpation of power by the central government.
62 years ago, faced with a court order to admit 2 black students to the University of Alabama, Governor George Wallace stood defiantly on university grounds and said he would not do it. Wallace relented later that day after President Kennedy federalized the Alabama National Guard and ordered the troops to ensure the students were admitted.
That's kind of a history is repeating itself with what Trump is doing in California. But you think about what George Wallace did back then, and by golly, he would be run out on a rail if it happened today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would not tolerate it at all.
Nearing the finish line, it's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. They're coming onto the wire, and it's all over with. John Gugay looks back. He's got it one. He stands up. It's over with.
Did you get any of that?
Nope.
Okay, that was 48 years ago, back in 1977. Seattle Slew became the 10th horse to win Thoroughbred Racing's Triple Crown by taking the Belmont Stakes. Tracking announcer Chick Anderson had the stretch call. Stretch call.
Stretch.
Oh.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
39 years ago, the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off premiered in theaters across the United States. It starred Matthew Broderick in the role of Ferris Bueller.
And the titular.
I was afraid to say that.
Yeah,
word.
titular.
I'd mess it up. What does that mean, Dan?
You know, I don't know. I
I'll
think
have
it's
to look it
like a tongue-in-cheek, maybe.
Titular role of Ferris Bueller, and was directed by John Hughes. That was a line from
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, that one. Boy, that
Are you looking up
discombobulated.
titular?
I want to look up titular because y'all, you know, you live in the woods and you just don't really get out a lot. And I start reading words and I'm like, I have to look up a lot of words.
I know. Do you remember them once you get the definition?
Not always. Formal. What? Holding a constituting a purely formal position on title without
formal.
any real. That's not what I thought.
Is there two meanings?
Yeah,
in it?
denoting a person or thing from whom or which the name of an artistic work or similar is taken.
Still
What is
doesn't
meant by having the name of the character that occurs in the title of a movie? Oh,
okay.
that's why. Okay, now that makes sense because his name
is Ferris Bueller, yeah.
and the movie is Ferris Bueller.
Okay, all right.
Good gravy.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
Timothy James McVeigh died with his eyes open. When the curtain passed the media center, Mr. McVeigh seemed to look up and intentionally make eye contact with each of us.
This was in 2001, 24 years ago. Timothy McVeigh was executed for the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. CBS News correspondent Byron Pitts was an eyewitness to that.
As his vice president for 8 years, I learned more from Ronald Reagan than from anyone I encountered in all my years of public life.
21 years ago, the nation bid farewell to our 40th president, Ronald Reagan. The first President Bush was emotional during his eulogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And up next, we have a birthday cut. Frank Beard of ZZ Top, the only member of the group to not have one of the traditional long beards. He's the drummer. Was born on this day in 1949. He is 76 today.
He didn't have a beard, but his name was Beard. So
Yeah, that's kind of ironic, is it not? Yeah.
National conversation about health and wellness. So let's start talking. The number one thing people ask me about is dieting.
Talk show host Dr. Mehmet Oz was born this day in 1960, making him 65.
Kind of the way he talks, it kind of makes me nervous. Kind of makes you feel like you're.
Yeah, on the edge of your seat. Isn't he doing something in this administration?
I think he ran for governor of a state, but I don't think that he made it. He did not. He lost. Yes.
That's how much I'll pay attention.
That's what I do. I drink, and I know things.
Was that mine or yours?
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh.
But I can go ahead. Actor Peter Dinklage was born.
Dinklage, yes.
Dinklage, was born this day 56 years ago. He is best known for his role as Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. You want to do the last one?
Yes. I'm distracted
Moser's
here.
getting in car.
And go where?
50 years from now, when you're looking back at your life, don't you want to be able to say you had the guts to get in the car?
Shia LaBeouf was born on this day in 1986. She is 39 years old. Oh, I'm sorry. He was born 39 years ago. He starred in Transformers.
Okay.
Shia, I thought that was a female name. Sorry about that.
Well, there you go.
Yes. All right, we're right on time. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with Wade Moser from KCMH Radio, and it's a Christian radio station located right here in Harris. I think they have one in Mountain Home, and we'll find out.
Okay.
I think they've got them in various places. We'll find out all about that with Wade in just a few minutes. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right. In the studio with us now, we have Wade Moser, and you brought somebody with you, Wade.
I did. I brought Rachel with me, my office manager. She
Is she kind of like the watchdog of you when you're out and about?
She does everything that I don't do, pretty much.
Well, it sounds like she controls the checkbook.
Yeah.
And watches over, finances for me. I just go in and ask, how are we doing?
How are we doing? Yeah.
I had to do that for a while because we were without an office manager for a few months, and I can tell you, I'm so thankful to have her.
Well, welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
welcome.
Well, I didn't know you were coming. We probably would have done without him.
Oh, well, next
So
time.
you could have probably told us a lot more.
She probably could have been a lot better off.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well,
You're right.
Tell us about KCMH Radio.
Yeah.
When did that start, and where are you located?
I was going to look up the exact date. We're located at 126 South Church Street in Mountain Home, but we also have translators here in Harrison, and then we have another one in West Plains.
West Plains, yeah.
And then we have another station in Marshall that runs simultaneously, basically like a translator would.
Okay.
So we actually have 4 locations.
Do you
for
have
our
a staff
towers.
in Marshall?
No, we don't have staff in Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah. We run everything from the Mountain Home
But
office.
you have more or less satellite locations, and Mountain Home is your headquarters.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they've been running. I was looking it up. I think we've been running right at 40 years now, pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah,
They had a little while before they started actually running. They were basically just a Moody satellite station for a few years. Then we opened up the office and started doing local programming and having a local station there.
Yeah.
I've been there since
19.
About 12 years, I think. 13 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I stay there long enough, I'll be there half the life of the station.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. That's
if I survive.
I said earlier that it's a Christian radio station.
Yeah, we're a Christian broadcasting station. We have we not only play music, but we also have ministries that comes on that we bring in via satellite or via internet, either way, and we broadcast those, as well. And of course, then we have music programs as well.
Yeah. So, do you have local personalities during the day where you do music and things like that?
Yeah. I do a show from 9 to 11. I had to pre-record today, obviously.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We took him out of his show.
That's all right. And then Jerry does an afternoon drive time show from 3 to 5. We do live into there, and then we also have a noon, what we call lunchtime refreshment show, which is basically just a music program thing that we just play during that time. It's kind of a country gospel type show that we have, and a mixture of Southern gospel, country gospel type thing, so that people, when they go out for lunch, they can just have some music and listen. A lot of people really enjoy that. They just go out and turn it on, and it's basically almost
soothing.
Uninterrupted,
Right.
uninterrupted, and they love that.
That's good.
Do you, what kind of, I mean, I know Christian music, but do you do old school Christian music, Southern gospel? Do you do contemporary, what
We
genre?
actually do all three. I do the Southern gospel in the mornings, which is a mixture of what they call Southern gospel and gospel grass. Gospel grass is bluegrass gospel,
A little peppier.
Yeah, a little bit different style than that.
Yeah.
And then we do country, more of a country style gospel. That's kind of a new genre now. It's almost more like what you would hear country songs today, except they're gospel songs. Is the way they've done them.
Yeah.
It's a fairly new genre, and we started a new show there. We do, and we have one on the place on Saturday. We do a country time show as well. We have some live shows on Saturday as well that we do that way.
Now, do you do contemporary praise music?
Contemporary praise and worship. We have a show that comes on at 10 o'clock at night, runs till about 5 in the morning. We call Music Through the Night, and that's a praise and worship type program. And then from 3 to 5 every day in the afternoon when the kids get out of school and all that stuff, then we have a praise and worship time that we have on there.
Yeah.
We do then, which we call drive time. We call drive time.
Yeah.
Right after that, then we tie in with Janet Parshall, who does like in the market. So they talk a little bit about what's going on in the market from a Christian point of view, give people some advice on that. We have a couple of shows that comes on then, and then at 7 o'clock we actually have a kids show that comes on that runs for a little while that we call Adventures in Odyssey, and it's kind of a drama for kids drama show.
I'm sure it's teaching.
It is,
moment
and
too,
it teaches moral things, and it's So they have little kids songs that they do and different stuff kids can learn when they're listening on it. So we have kind of a kids time there for that.
You cover all the bases with all the
We
ages.
try to. We try to have
All
a,
the genres.
and of course then at 9:00 at night, we have Bill Gaither comes on for the
Well, who
Gaither
doesn't
Gospel
know
Hour.
and love Bill Gaither?
Yeah, Gaither Gospel Hour comes on. I tell people I open for Bill Gaither every day, so.
Yep.
It's just 12 hours
You're
earlier.
the opening act.
Just 12 hours earlier.
Well, KCMH Radio is not your for-profit, is it? It's
no, we're a nonprofit station.
Nonprofit, okay.
And we're listener supported, that people help donate.
That seems like a rough road.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
it is.
You're really dependent. You're really dependent on the listenership, and also the people that
Absolutely.
that believe in what you're doing.
Absolutely, and like I said, for a lot of folks, getting out and being able to go to church is not an option anymore.
Right.
Physically, some of them emotionally, they don't feel like that they feel comfortable going to church anymore. So KCMH is church for them.
Okay.
And I have different ones that they tell me. Said we set my clock by KCMH. He said I know what time it is. Well, what program's coming on at that time?
Okay.
They're not television people. They just like radio. That's just their thing.
Yeah.
And so we have some of that way, but. Yeah, that's what keeps us operating is that listener support, because we don't charge these ministries to be on there on the air, which is a kind of a unique thing to try to do, because a lot of if they come on a different type station, sometimes they have to pay for that time
absolutely.
to be on there because they're not in that situation. Because just because somebody's on there, it ain't free anymore.
Right.
You all understand that, if anybody.
Yeah.
And people don't understand how drastic it is just to continue operating doing stuff
I can
like
imagine.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been.
I bet
we've
Rachel
been
could tell us all about that.
She could tell you more. And some days we go out to the mailbox and we got a smile, and some days we go out there.
Yeah.
It's a sad day. It's not a good day.
But you've been doing it for 40 years, and I guess you have to put your trust not in yourself.
Oh, well, you got to trust God. I mean, it is when we say we're a faith-based ministry, buddy, we are a faith-based ministry. I mean, literally, we really are. Yeah. And on any nonprofit like that, most nonprofits, I'm going to say, you basically almost operate on a shoestring to continue operating. But God has been faithful to us. He has.
Yeah.
But, of course, we could call the electric company and say, hey, we're a faith-based ministry. How would you all like to just donate our light bill this month?
Yeah.
And they'd say, how would you rather pay it?
How would you rather pay it? Yeah.
Well, since you're talking about that it's funded by, your listeners, how do people get on board with that? I mean, how do they support you in that way?
And Rachel, you could probably answer that if you want to.
Well, a lot of it is we offer, you can send checks in.
Okay.
You can stop in the office and, do cash, card, or check. If you go to our website, then you can donate there through a card. You can set it up to be like a one-time donation. You can do monthly donation. Really, sky's the limit there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we have some businesses also that we can recognize. We call them spots so that we can recognize their business, on there as well. We don't actually do advertisements. It's a little bit different than that, that we have a different standard for that. But they say, like a business, hey, they support KCMH and where they're at and what they do and everything. Sure. And some of them do that monthly, in that way. So we have those spots we put in there to kind of help, to defray some of those costs and keep things going.
Yeah. Now you were in a quartet at one time?
Oh yeah. Well, we traveled a trio for a long time. My
Yeah.
wife and I and Jerry and I, we traveled for several years. And when COVID came along, everything that we had booked for that year got canceled in about a week.
Sure.
The phone just rang off the wall. We had like 40 or 50 cancellations in 3 days.
Wow.
I hate to even answer the phone because we knew what was going on. So we haven't traveled since then. But I also pastor a church in Calico Rock. I've been there. I've been there since June was 43 years. 43 years.
Wow.
I pastored the same church, founded that church, and started it. Yeah.
Well, you're busy.
Yeah, and also, of course, Rachel's busy too. She does. She in between times she does some foreign ministry things.
Okay.
She
you want to tell us where'd you go last?
I was in Kenya in the end of April into
Oh my
May.
gosh, what do you do in Kenya?
I did a lot of preaching. I also do flag dance ministry. I've been to 10 countries in the last 3 years, and God has just...
What an opportunity to
She's been
serve.
to India, Japan.
It's wonderful, yeah.
Even at Christmas.
Mexico, the UK, South Africa, Mozambique.
How do you work that out? Do you just say, give me a ticket, I'm going, or?
Well, when the Lord tells me, the money comes in. My first trip I went on was 3 months long, and the amount for that was going to be around $12,000 to be able to do everything within that time. And I remember going, oh, Lord, what have I gotten myself into? And the day I found out that for sure I was going, someone called me and they said, the Lord told me to give you $400. And I needed that $400 by like the end of the week to like secure something. And I was like, okay, God, if you can do this, then I can trust you for all of it. And random people on the street would just walk up to me and say, God told me to give you this. And I thought it was like a $20 bill. And I got in my car, it was $900.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
I was just blown away by my church and just how God did it. And when it was all said and done, over 14,000 came in for that trip.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
I've seen God do so much. Like, I can't not trust him.
Well, tell me one thing. Now, a lot of people would say, now that's poppycock, or that's just a circumstance, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, coincidence.
Coincidence,
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you justify that that's being God?
I've just seen him do too
Never
much.
seen it the
There's
other
no
way.
such thing as a coincidence. When God calls you to do something, and you know that it's God telling you to do it, he will provide everything you need for that.
Do you have to put yourself in a certain position or stream, or do you have to put yourself in a situation where you know that that's real?
Oh, there's no question for me. Like, I know that it's real. Like, I know God can do it. There's no doubt. There's no, do I have to think about it?
Yeah.
It's just, I've known
You
the
have
Lord.
faith and you believe.
Yeah, like,
part of it, God opens doors at times. I think the biggest doors that I've walked through, it wasn't ones I planned. Like, for instance, I got into radio coming to do an interview about a concert that we were going to be doing in Mountain Home. And then the person that interviewed me asked me a lot about Southern Gospel. Well, I've grown up in Southern Gospel all my life, you know, where I met a lot of groups and different stuff. And so he said, hey, would you come? I've got to be gone. Would you come do a show for me? I said, I don't know how to do a show. So he had to show me how to be able to do that. And then it just the door fell open and said, well, would you consider volunteering doing a show for a while? So I did that, and that door fell open. Just like our foreign ministry, same way. I'm a co-founder of New Hope Missions in India, and we have started off with about 17 churches over there. And then I worked with a pastor in that country. I work with them now. I do teaching online over there for them, which it's quite a challenge because they're 11 and a half hours different than we are. So if I'm going to teach a class in the morning, it's going to be late at night. If I'm going to do one evening, it's going to be early in the morning, you know. But we started a Bible school over there to help train young people, young men, and different ones to go into the ministry. And so now we've got 216 churches in about 8 years, and we went from a membership of about 400 to, I don't know, maybe 12,000, 13,000 now that God's done. And we've just done that through, and I'll tell you how that worked out. You know, I preached for a citywide Easter service that we have in Calico Rock. Churches all come together, and we do noon, just a short message, and we call it the Good Week. You know, the week of a Good Friday. And I was speaking on that Good Friday, and I'll be honest with you, it wasn't what you call your normal Good Friday message. I preached a message about from the donkey's point of view, you know, because one day he was riding, you know, had the king riding on his back, and the next day he's back to being a beast of burden again. Sometimes our life is like that. We have highs and lows and different stuff, you know. Well, the pastor said, "Hey, can I video this today?" Of course, this has been a few years ago, and said, "I want to put it on YouTube. This seems to be a new thing to do, to put them on YouTube." So he put it on YouTube. Pastor in India found this YouTube ministry.
Oh my gosh!
And heard me talk about KCMH. So as I got up there, I was just doing shows then. Wasn't GM, and so he contacted me through KCMH and said, "Will you come to India?" And I said, "No."
Absolutely not.
I said, no, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anything. So we started a conversation anyway, and told me what he was doing. At that time, he had 13 orphans their church was trying to take care of, and trying to get this ministry of unifying, bringing Christians together, in a predominantly non-Christian country.
Yeah.
And so I told him, look, I'll help you. I said, so the first time that I preached over there, they had a laptop set up there, and we had like 16 pastors there gathered around to hear this preaching. And by the third day, we had 40-something people there, and they were peeking through the windows to watch me preach on a laptop. I said, well, brother, we need to improve that a little bit.
Yeah.
So my church bought him not a real big screen TV, but a bigger TV so that they could at least see me. But he has to interpret when I preach, because I can't speak to Longwa, whatever. But from that point, God has just increased it. We're right now in the process of building a widow's home over there. Our church is, my church is, and different ones helping us. And we have 3 orphanages over there now.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's good.
And we have about 69 orphans in those orphan homes.
Where's your next trip, Rachel?
Well, actually, at the end of July, I'm going to New Mexico to the Navajo reservation.
Okay.
So I'm looking
we're
forward
bubble,
to that.
But we're bubble wrap.
We're bubble wrap.
In case you fall.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
She falls every trip.
The last 3 trips have been on a fallen. Stairs were involved.
Oh boy.
Well, how do people listen? I mean, you got to have call numbers.
Yeah.
And you can listen 90.3 through, or 91.5 is Mountain Home. 90.3 is Marshall. What is 99?
Can you get it here in Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was just fixing to pull my card out where I could see what
I stumped him, y'all.
You think I remember, because I have to go check them all the time. 99.1 is Harrison, and then West Plains is 92.7. I knew that, but it just caught me off guard. Had a bald moment there for a minute.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, we appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Making the trip and doing a pre-recorded show for your audience.
Oh yeah, that's fine. If you're good at it, you can they can't tell you did it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this really quick, because I know you're probably running out of time, but I had to pre-record a show to go help another minister out, and I pre-recorded my show, and I was in Calico Rock where they know me, and this gentleman was in his car, as I was getting out of. Getting in my car, and I was talking on the phone. So I got him. I watched him. He was staring at me, watching me. I think he thought I was doing the show from the car.
Oh, that's funny.
He kept staring at me, trying to watch my mouth and see if it matched
Yeah.
what was coming over the radio.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's
yeah.
funny. All right. Well, people are interested. You can tune in to different places here in Harrison.
And it's FM.
It's
correct?
FM.
FM, all of them's FM.
99.1 here in Harrison, and
90.3 Marshall picks up real well here.
90.3 in Marshall. Okay, yeah.
And 91.5 goes all the way almost to Branson.
So you can just put it in your program and
there you go.
Listen all over the
in.
place.
Yeah.
All right.
Contact us. We love to hear from people.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Well, good luck on your trip to Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Thank you.
And be careful when you go overseas.
I
Don't
will.
worry about that kind of stuff.
She may be going with me to India next January.
All
We
right.
don't know for sure yet.
All right.
Be going back over there. So.
All right. KCMH Radio.
Thank
Listen
you,
in. Listen in when you're not listening to us.
There you go.
All right. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have more for you from Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Stay with us. And welcome back to Around the Table. It's Dan Reynolds and
what's her name?
Oh, what's her name over here?
One day, when the day that you can't remember my name, I'm walking out. After 20 years, I'm walking out, buddy.
Okay. All right. What's on your agenda?
Today? It's hair day, dude.
It's hair. Oh, you getting your hair done?
I'm telling you, it's hair day.
I was wondering when you were going to get that thing fixed.
Looks good, hard to fix. How about that?
It's a little crooked today. Could you straighten it up?
I'm crooked. I am just crooked.
Is it too long for you?
Yeah.
Is it getting?
When I have to start using a flat iron and teasing a little bit to get it to do what I want, then it's time to be done.
Now, I've said this before. I met you when I first met you. You were doing
back then.
You were down at Walters doing a fashion show or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they were. What were they doing? I think Sandra was doing the spring wear or whatever. We came in 3 or 4 times a year. I can't remember. And you girls, bunch of
My
girls.
My sister-in-law worked there, so she.
She pulled you in.
She pulled me in.
And you absolutely look entirely different than you do today.
Yeah.
Your hair was long, and I think it was kind of wavy or something.
Well, maybe I curled it.
Oh, maybe you did.
Because it's not wavy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
There you go.
Your hair's. I like the way you have your hair now.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it short and sassy.
Yeah. I don't like my hair this short. I like to have a little. I like my hair a little fuller.
You want a fro? You're not getting a fro.
When you don't have hair, you take anything.
Let me tell you, my grandson's hair, he's 7 months old or almost 8, looks about like that right there.
Yeah, it's about that thin. Yeah.
Except his sticks straight up right here most of the time right now because it's just not ready to lay over.
If I had enough to do the baby thing in the center, the little mohawk, I would do it. I just don't have any hair anymore.
Bless you.
So sad.
Well, that's so sad.
Well, that's nothing compared to these Asian needle ants.
You know, first we have Japanese beetles, and now we got Asian ants.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about
them. The Asian ants move over spotted lanternflies.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. And get out of the way cicadas. There's another insect invasion spreading across the United States. The Forest Service says beware of the Asian needle ant. They've already been seen in more than a dozen states, mostly in Southeast. And while these pests have been in the U.S. since the 1930s, their numbers are growing. And their sting could be deadly. They inject venom that's particularly bad for those with bee allergies. The ants tend to hang out under logs and rocks. And if you see them, don't touch them. Just call the exterminator. I don't know what they look like, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay. Yeah, let me see.
I mean, this is a big picture, or a very distinct picture, but it's this right here, but it's got red on it. You can't really see it in there, you know. There.
That's a lanternfly.
That's a lanternfly.
Where's the ant?
Oh, crap. I'm looking up something else. I'm so sorry.
Asian needle ant.
Y'all, he mentioned lanternfly, so that got my brain going to the. I'll look up the thing I'm actually supposed to be looking at.
That's okay. We can move on.
Yep. Okay, McDonald's stock is shrinking as fast as.
Why is that? I wonder.
As people's bodies in Ozempic. Ozempic being the.
I've got a thought on that.
What is it?
You want to read it, and then I'll give you my thought?
Okay. So they're losing money, and their shares are dropping thanks to all the weight loss drugs, is what they're saying. A firm called Redburn Atlantic downgraded the burger giant's stock 2 notches. So if you own McDonald's stock, sorry. But from buy to sell is what they changed. You know, it was a buy, and now it's a sell.
Ouch.
That's bad, and their shares took a nosedive. The company is blaming the economy, but also everyone being on Ozempic. Experts say the GLP-1s are not a fad, so McDonald's should prepare themselves for a $428 million a year drop in revenue.
Yeah.
That, you know, I mean, they're going to have to change what they sell. Maybe.
Well, they
Do you
did
know
at
what
one
I
time.
mean?
Yeah, they started selling salads and.
Because I don't think that this is going to. I don't think Ozempic's going away, and I don't think.
I don't know that
hopefully, people's health, even if they're using a weight loss drug, whatever to get themselves more healthy, then you're going to have to feed them more healthy stuff.
All the Ozempic does is it depresses your appetite.
Yep.
So you still want a Big Mac when you're hungry enough to have one.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, okay, that's
they
it.
say Ozempic. I don't believe that. I really think that the internal workings of McDonald's, the way they put pressure on their manager or their owners.
What do you mean?
Well, McDonald's owns all the property that McDonald's buildings sit on.
Okay.
No one can.
The whole thing is
the
there.
whole thing. I mean, they structure it to the point, and then they require them to change their building design every few years.
Uh-huh.
And this last design, I think it's horrible.
They've taken
the arches completely away. They've done a little half thing. It's not appealing to go there anymore, I think.
And I think that perhaps it's reflecting that, right?
Probably.
Through their stock and such.
I think. But what do I know? Anyway, we have to take a break. We are so far behind. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we'll have more from around the table. Stay with us. And welcome back to our final minutes of Around the Table. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We really, 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 really appreciate it.
Really
do.
We do.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a story here I wanted to talk about. This is the weirdest thing. This is
What?
the weird. Well, I had it here in front of me.
Damn.
It was the AI.
Yes.
Where is that? Oh my gosh.
Dan, did you throw it away?
No, I didn't.
can't
Doctor's
even-
first successful AI pregnancy has happened.
That's crazy.
Wild. You know, we talk about AI all the
Well-
time. And it says here, after 15 unsuccessful rounds of IVF, do you know what IVF is?
Yes.
In
vitro fertilization.
Yes. Rosie and her hubs were willing to be guinea pigs at Columbia University Fertility Center. Doctors used a groundbreaking AI system to create the first successful pregnancy. The AI program, called STAR, which stands for Sperm Track and Recovery, finds sperm cells that are undetectable by more traditional methods to locate ones that are rare but viable. How the heck does
I don't
it do
understand
that?
what they're talking about. Are they putting this in a robot? I mean, are they like using? Who's Rosie?
I don't know. Rosie is the person that was
That's getting
impregnated. That was impregnated.
They do
yeah.
IVF, and then they do insemination.
So what they do is they use the AI program to find viable sperm. I don't know how
Gotcha.
they do that.
Well, I mean, you're gonna that's put. Yeah, I don't know.
Amazing.
I don't either. It is pretty wild.
This is
So maybe people who couldn't get pregnant because
for some
of whatever reason the traditional way,
because of maybe
slow swimming sperm.
That more viable sperm. Yeah.
Well, and with IVF, the sperm doesn't have to swim so much. You know what I mean? I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the technical part of
Yeah.
it, but
well, this is great news for a woman that's desperately wanting a
Yes.
child.
Yes, very
and
much.
can't and doesn't want to adopt, and maybe that there's a reason why they don't know that she can't get pregnant, or maybe
Right.
they do know that maybe it's the sperm's problem, and this would help.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's awesome. I think it's great.
Yeah.
For people that really want to have babies. Anyway, that's
You betcha, people.
That was what I thought was important.
Did you? Okay, appendix cancer rates. Have you ever heard of cancer of the appendix?
No.
Me either. It's on the rise in younger people, not older people, but younger people. The appendix cancer has tripled in Gen Zers and quadrupled in millennials. And the symptoms can mimic regular old appendicitis. But before you panic, appendix cancer is pretty rare. So it affects between 1 and 2 million people in the U.S. every year. But doctors say the rise in cases in young people is alarming, and they don't know why it's happening. So that's a concern, too. They should use AI to figure that
I think
out.
Gen Zers eat too many Hot Pockets.
You think that's what it is?
I think it's what it is.
Do you think? I don't know. I'd be interested to know, what the cause is. I'm just curious.
Well, hopefully,
What are they
maybe they
attributing?
need to ask AI.
That's what I just, that's
maybe
my
AI
thought.
can help.
Maybe AI
Yeah.
can help.
Today is National Corn on the Cob Day. I haven't had
Do
corn
love
on the
it.
cob. Oh, I love it. I like to put it on the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in aluminum foil and soak that stuff in
So
butter.
you don't do it in the
butter.
husk. You just do it on the
Oh,
grill.
well, yeah. You can do that. You can open the husk and slap some butter in there and
Do
wrap it
you
back up.
ever take it and take it off the cob?
Oh, yeah.
And freeze it?
Cut it off the cob.
Will you take? I've got like a big old bag coming when the corn starts, and I would need somebody to do that for me.
Oh, I thought you were going to cut it and give it to me in a big baggie.
No, I
to
was going to
eat.
bring you the corn, and you can cut it all off the cob. Well, I've got a bum hand. I can't.
Well, bring me the corn, and I'll get the corn off the cob.
I may not ever see it again.
Well, yeah, I'm going to chew it off.
National Call Your Doctor Day. I've been at the doctor yesterday. I'm done with it.
We go to the doctor way too much.
Well, this is specifically talking about regular checkups and like mammograms, your pap smear, all that kind of thing for women,
that
and
fit
then
female
whatever
stuff.
your men need to take care of yourselves too.
National German Chocolate Cake Day.
Okay.
It's not German at all. It was invented in Dallas by a homemaker who published her recipe in the local newspaper in 1957.
Oh, his name. It was named after the American baker
Samuel German.
Samuel. I didn't know
Samuel.
that. I didn't know that. World Pet Memorial Day. I have a little pet cemetery. Do you on your property?
No.
Okay. Well, never mind.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for staying with us today. We will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.